Welcome to Mortgage Mom Wines, a weekly podcast with real and relatable talk and advice for real women. I'm your host, Megan. Grab your extra large coffee or glass of wine, no one is judging, and let's grow together. Welcome to Mortgage Mom Wines. I'm your host, Megan, the mortgage mom who whines a little. And I'm here with Deja Ramsey. She is so many things, but mostly she is a mom first, but she's also a realtor with Keller Williams Infinity in Naperville. So welcome, Deja. Thank you so much for being on here with me.
Thank you so much, Megan. I appreciate you. Definitely mom first and realtor right after.
Yeah, all right. All right. We're here to talk today about not how to, but just talk and have conversation about being a working mom, especially with young kids. I feel like everyone's at a different place in their journey, but tell us a little bit about you, where you're at in your journey with motherhood and real estate and how you juggle it all. Tell us about you.
Woo, it already seems like such a handful because I have a 2-year-old and I have a 9-month-old.
Oh
So
my
that
goodness.
right
You're in the
there is
thick
just
of
like,
it.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So at one point I did have 2 under 2, and you can imagine just both of them wanting to be nurtured and held and just needing the mama to be present
Yeah.
24/7. So that right there was just
Yeah.
consuming me as a woman, consuming me as a mother, consuming me within my career as well. I recently made a transition and my children are now in daycare,
Okay.
and I am actually able to be a full-time realtor now, which is super exciting for me. It's a lot of emotions that come with it as well, being a working mom and just having to have that trust with the individual that is caring for them.
Yeah, you
To
read my
just
mind. I
know
was
that like,
gonna have you tell us about your journey into daycare and how that made you
yeah,
feel. And I know as moms, we feel like we need to do it all, right? We
yeah,
need to, and we
right,
feel guilty. Did you feel that mom guilt that
right.
we all feel? My kids aren't in daycare and I still feel it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it ever leaves. Mind you, I'm not as far in the mom journey as you are,
Mhm.
but it's still with me. Yesterday, I went on a bike ride and it was just like self care. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I should be here with my babies. My baby should be going on the bike ride with me or going on a walk with me and not in daycare. But it's like, why can't I have that time to not only do the work that I need to do in order to provide, in order to become a successful individual that I desire to become,
Yeah.
but also just to have that time to be a woman. And,
Yes, girl, that's important. Tell
you
us
know,
about, so I don't think as a mom, this is just my opinion. We're never that guilt's never going to go away, right? We
right.
care, we want to be with them 24/7, but I always say to be the best mom, it's in my opinion, again, people might disagree with me and that's okay, but I do think it's quality of time versus quantity of time, and to be that best mom you can be, like I need that bike ride or run by myself, and I need to go to work and focus on work for a few hours. So when I come home, I'm the best mom I can be. Can you
Girl,
relate to that at all? Is that kind of what you're,
so much.
yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. And I really applaud you for saying that because I feel as if a lot of individuals can't say we need that self-care time when it's no, you should be with your baby
Right.
24/7
We're
whenever you have
called
the
selfish.
opportunity. But what about that healthy relationship? You
Yeah.
need that time alone to determine who you are, to be able to have that safe place for you, to provide a safe place for them and a
Yeah.
comfortable environment for them. So that's
I
super special to me that you say that.
I applaud you so much for figuring it out so young, because my
Thank you.
babies they're not babies anymore. They're 10 and
Yeah.
14. And
Wow. Yeah.
I feel like I just figured this out and I still don't have it figured out. Let's be real. It's
Right.
never perfect. It's always a juggle. The mom guilt is still there. I feel like I didn't figure that out until they went to school. So for you to figure this out and prioritize that self care and be able to recognize that when your babies are so young, I think it's going to make you thrive in your career, but also thrive as a mom. And that's really cool to see. So I applaud you for that.
Thank you so much. I really
Um,
appreciate that.
yeah, yeah. So tell us about your entrepreneurial journey. Like, why did you want to get into real estate? Why an entrepreneur? Why self-employed? Why? Tell us your why.
Yeah. Can we just take a step back and start from when I discovered entrepreneurship?
Yes.
I
Tell
think I
us.
was maybe 17. I started a business to sell budget binders.
Oh
I
my
got
gosh.
them from Amazon and designed them and made them super cute. And I would go and do pop-up shops and sell
At
them online
17,
at 17.
where did you
And
get
I
that
was,
idea? Where does that come from? Where does the entrepreneur come from?
um, I think it was being young and seeing how much my mom worked 2, 3 jobs at one
Wow.
point, and it was such a struggle to see her be a single mom, and also, rather than looking at it in a negative way, taking it and turning it around into a positive way and saying,
Yes.
"Okay, this is what we're gonna do different."
Amen.
Because it's not to belittle her or to see that or say that she didn't do anything wrong. She did what she knew to do. Okay. But she's taught me and gave me resources to take advantage of becoming a new individual.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm here for. So I started the entrepreneurship journey then and I loved it. And I was in 7 different states. Um,
Wow.
did not make a lot of money. I think I only made like over $2,000 at that point.
Preach. I think
But
people get into entrepreneurship thinking they're going to make all this money, right?
yeah,
Probably learned a lot.
I did. And I beat myself up for it now because I'm like, I should have kept going because like it would have been so successful at this point. I would have been like years in.
Yeah.
But moving forward, I did go to a 9 to 5 and was just down.
Yeah.
I felt
It's
beat
difficult,
up
right?
24/7. Yeah. I felt as if my value was not there, as if because I can produce the same outcome that everyone else could produce, you weren't willing to pay me what they were getting paid because of my age, because of possibly being a woman, because of
Mhm.
possibly not having, not possibly, but definitely not having a degree. I didn't go to college.
Yeah.
That was a huge down factor for me. So realizing that I can be the individual that determines my worth was super big. It was
Yeah.
just like an eye opener. Okay, I can pay myself what I deserve and
Yes.
value myself to be paid for, so let's go and do it. So that's really
Absolutely.
how I got the idea of real estate. Once I got pregnant with my first, this was in 2021, I realized that it was time to start my real estate journey.
Yeah. So
And
your
throughout
your
that
kid
time,
gave you that inspiration.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was like, okay, this is perfect. Like I might as well just start and go for it. If I don't go now, when am I going to do it? It's the perfect time. So
So what
super
motivates you to keep going? Because
I'm
like
sorry.
what motivates you to keep going? Like
What
when you
motivates
want
me
to
to keep
quit, because
going?
entrepreneurship is hard. Working, being self-employed is hard. Being in any position and job is hard. So what motivates you to keep going when you don't want to?
You asking that question almost made
Yeah.
me like cry. Like
Oh,
I just got super emotional. I desire to build a lifestyle that I did not come from, and I desire to be in control of my life, of what I can control. And
awesome.
entrepreneurship is something that I can control. There's a lot of hard days and down days and days where I'm like, I hate this.
Yeah.
But then it's, do I want someone else to determine my worth? Or am I gonna show everyone what my worth is?
Amen.
Yeah.
I love it.
Wow. You just
I
super
love it.
emotional.
Emotional, we get emotional
Yeah,
on here, that's
I know.
okay. We're moms, right? We're women, that's what we do, but I think that's what makes us
Exactly.
passionate,
Yeah.
and
Super into it.
it makes us good, right? We're just good, we care about what we do, and our whys are so strong as working moms, like, I don't think we can be stopped. I think it's amazing. So,
Gotta
like,
keep going.
how do you manage your time, girl? Because we're busy. Kids are busy, right? You're dropping them off at daycare, you're picking them up. We have doctor's
Yeah.
appointments. You're hustling. You got a business in real estate, you guys. If even if you're not in real estate and listening to this, or any kind of self, if you're not self-employed, working it's a 24/7 thing now. I feel like ever since COVID happened, it's there's no boundaries. There is no 9 to 5. Not that there ever has been with real estate. But how do you what are your best tips if a mom is out there struggling, or a working woman and she's, I just don't know how to manage my time? I hear that
Yeah.
all the time. Time management's the biggest obstacle.
So I will tell you, I am still struggling with timing.
I think we all are.
Okay.
We all
I'm
are. I
working
haven't
on
got it
that.
figured out.
I know, right? So what I do use is making sure that I'm using my calendar. I have a calendar that I use to color code. So red is strictly for my business, for
My
coloring around
girl.
things. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yellow, because I freaking love yellow, that's my favorite color, is for my babies. So anything
Oh,
that is
that.
for them is yellow. That's maybe a doctor's appointment or maybe just us going to a park or something like that. I put those things in my calendar because that is our time.
So
Yes,
you
I
put
may.
playtime in your calendar.
Yeah,
Awesome. Love that.
yeah,
Take one thing away from this podcast, schedule your time.
yeah.
Good. Okay, what else?
Making sure that if anything is like, so green is for me and myself. So if I have something that I need to do, maybe once again, a doctor's appointment, that's green. So just using that to figure out what my day is going to look like. I do use
Mhm.
notes as well to make sure that I'm getting things done within my day. And then I'm doing really bad though. At nighttime, I feel like I lose control of it. And I'm like, oh, I have all this time on my hands, but then I don't.
Yeah, things spiral,
So
right?
yeah,
Or call it
yeah.
swirling. Like we're all like you think you have all this time and then one thing snowballs into another and you don't have time. Like if anyone out there listening has their shit together at night, please
Oh,
let
girl.
us know. I'd love to
Yeah.
have you on here as a guest because I feel like, and as the kids get older too, we're shuttling them to sports and we have all these meetings. And in our business, there's always some kind of happy hour or event to go to. And we're like, how do you do it all? I always say, I'm like, it's 2024. Why can't we clone ourselves yet? Because I need that. But I feel like with AI, we almost can in a way. So
Yeah,
it's fine.
online.
It's fine, mamas. No, and here I think the message here is nobody has it all together, but we can do little things to help us get it together a little bit more. And I think showing yourself grace when we don't have it all together, and that's okay. Like we got to have grace for ourselves. We don't have to be perfect all the time. We're not going to be super mom all the time. We're not going to be the best realtor or the best lender or the best insurance agent all the time. That's okay. Like we're human. We're still
But it's literally
human.
just doing better than the day before.
Amen. Yes.
Yeah.
Louder for the people in the cheap seats.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
We want to be better than the day before and not better than anybody else. I think that,
Better than yourself. Oh my
yeah.
goodness, that is so important. There are so many individuals out here that you can say, "You inspire me," you
Mhm.
know? And that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
You're here to inspire the next individual and compete with yourself.
Right. We're not competing with other people. We don't need to be
Yeah.
better than Susie Realtor next to us. We need to be better than ourselves the day before. And we can cheer each other on in the meantime. As
No
women,
one's experience is the same. So
there's,
you just have to take your experience and freaking run with it, girl.
yep,
Like take what you can, and whether it's good, whether it's bad, the bad you have to turn around.
yep, yep. I always,
So
the bad days are lessons, right? And we can say,
yeah.
I have to do this, or we can say, I get to do this. And
Yes.
I
Yes.
think the bad days are without bad days, the good days wouldn't feel so good.
Mhm.
Right? Especially in real estate, we're always managing some fire. Something's always blowing up. I don't know if there's a perfect transaction out there. I would love to see one, but it's about
Girl,
managing the bad.
I have yet to have a perfect transaction. Okay.
I wish I could tell you they are out there. There are some smooth ones, but that's why we're so needed, right? Especially as a realtor, you're needed as a professional.
I am needed.
With all of the lawsuit talk, and if you haven't heard, I wasn't going to bring this up, but it is relevant, I promise.
Yeah.
Realtors' worth right now is being questioned. And I'm frustrated because I've closed a few transactions in my day without a realtor. And I'll tell you, those are the worst. They're the worst because there's not a professional giving guidance. And they're not, I feel like people think they don't need a realtor until they do. And then they wish they had it and they regret not using one. I would just encourage you, there's a reason realtors exist. And if people are telling you don't need to use a realtor, talk to somebody in the industry who gets it, who you trust. And I could tell you they are needed. If you
Very much needed. And I'm
very much.
so happy to share my value when and if needed. So if there's anyone out there that's looking to learn some more about the real estate industry and what value realtors do bring, I'm more than happy to sit down and have that discussion.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
thank you so much
definitely.
for bringing that up. It's a very hard conversation to
It
have
is.
and can be super uncomfortable.
Mhm.
But when you have someone that is willing to be uncomfortable in order to help you achieve those things that you desire to achieve, like we can do that,
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. Absolutely. So, we're going to, speaking of that, in the notes of the podcast, we're going to have all of Deja's contact information. And we are also going to put in there, this segues me into a new group that you just started. I
Yeah.
want you to be the one to share with everybody about that. But I joined it. It's a Facebook group, it's free. And she's going to tell you all about this group she made and her vision for it and all the things. But I'm going to link her information as well as the information to this group if you're interested in joining. So tell us about your new adventure and what you just started.
Sure. Thank you, Megan. So I recently started a new community called Emboldened Mamas. Emboldened Mamas is, let me tell you what emboldened means first. I'm not sure
Yes,
if everyone
start
knows.
there. Love it.
Yeah. Emboldened means to give someone the courage or confidence to behave in a specific way or in any way. So basically, this community is here to encourage mamas to be that woman that you desire, to be that mama that you desire. And then we're all here together to just be vulnerable, to share emotions, to keep open minds about experiences that go on throughout motherhood and throughout being a mama or being a woman. So it's super important because we have all these different women from every everywhere. I don't
Mhm.
know. I'm
All
so
different
far we're
states,
in
right?
yeah, we're in 2 different states at the moment. So we're in Illinois and Arkansas, and you just
It's a
it's just
community.
yeah, I don't know what else to build off of it. Like,
Yeah.
we're just here to share positivity and to before you were saying that you are not perfect, right? And I feel moms are super hard on themselves to do the perfect thing,
Mhm.
but it's not about that. It's literally about having the experience to mess up so you can say the next day or say a couple minutes later, I'm not going to be that person again.
Yep.
I'm not going to do that again because I didn't like how that made me feel. I didn't like how that made my child feel. So we're sharing notes in here or words of encouragement in here to be a better woman, to be a
Yeah.
better mama.
And stories too, right? And with no
Yeah,
judgment. And so the name of the
exactly.
Facebook group is what?
Emboldened mamas.
Okay, so if you search in Facebook Embolden Mamas and request to join the group, obviously there's some rules and some questions you got to answer because
There
we
are.
don't just let anybody in here. We got to make sure you're an emboldened mama, right? But you
Right.
definitely join the group. It's a great community. And eventually, what's your vision for it? Where we've talked about in person meetings and
Yeah.
coffee chats and all kinds of things.
Exactly. So eventually just having some groups get together if you're in any area, loving to take some pictures and just share with other moms like who you've recently met up with and building relationships from there.
Because we're not
Having those
alone.
yeah, exactly. Having those conversations together. Also having some resources come in so other women who are moms and maybe working, maybe stay-at-home moms because we support all of them.
And
Go
being a mom is a job.
It's a
Let's
job.
talk
It is a
about
job,
that.
and I was a stay-at-home mom before. I don't know
Me
if we ever
too.
talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and girl, ugh,
It's the
it
hardest
was
job out there.
difficult.
It's
Yeah, it
hard.
was
It's
so
hard to get
difficult.
to be a mom all day long. It's hard. That's why daycare is so expensive. That's
Yeah.
why moms, I always say, like, why does nobody listen to me until I lose my shit? Right?
Yeah, I know, yes.
It's
And then it's
hard.
like, "Why are you doing that?" But did you not hear me when I calmly asked you
Right.
multiple
4 times.
times that I need help? Or
Yeah.
that's another thing too, just being able to say, as a mom, "I need help." And this community will allow you to do that, will
Yep.
allow you to be confident in sharing those things. So just having the other women around is it's amazing. And
Your
I feel like
tribe
we
is
really
important.
need that.
We all need that because you need to know you're not alone. You need to know you got this. And in a time of vulnerability, you need to know there's people you can lean on. And
Yeah.
everybody needs their tribe. And that's honestly, that's part of the reason I started this podcast in general was, and it's not just for women or working women or moms or whatever. It is for everybody. We drop knowledge that I think is beneficial to anyone. It was really geared towards moms and financial literacy and all kinds of things I feel are so necessary that we need to hear as women. So your group is just right in alignment with that. And I think it's awesome that you're doing it and you recognize that and you're following your passion and what you want to do. And just thank you so much for doing it because it's so needed. And even whether there's 10 people in the group or 500 or 5,000 or it's small, it doesn't matter. I think it matters who. And I think the people are most important with anything,
Exactly.
business and
That
personal.
is the biggest thing, just being able to be productive in the group and just say that you are bringing something to our community, whether it be just a comment,
Yeah.
whether just positivity.
Engaging with the post. Yeah.
Yeah,
Engaging and just
yeah.
maybe it's just a word of encouragement for another mom, or maybe
Like,
you're engaging in it, but it's just a good place to be. So
we
definitely,
literally don't know what other people need.
and don't be
If
afraid
you
to speak
just
up.
Yeah, if you just do what you can, there is someone out there that will appreciate it.
Absolutely. I totally agree. So, really, I could talk all day about this. I really could. And
Yeah.
Keisha, we're going to have you back on this podcast and to talk about emboldened mamas and your journey in real estate and as a working mom as you grow. Thank you so much for being here, taking time out of your busy day, because I know obviously we just talked about your calendar. I know it's full. I appreciate you so much for taking the time to do this. You guys, again, I'm going to link all of Deja's information in the notes and the link to her group. Join her group, Emboldened Mamas. I'm in there. Lots of mamas are in there. It's a great Facebook community and it'll grow into an even larger community, I'm sure of. Yeah, again, thank you so much there really wasn't much whining today, which is awesome. We don't want to whine every day, but we did have coffee. So cheers.
Here's that.
Thank you so much. And
Thank you so much, Megan. I appreciate you.
thank you for listening. Follow this podcast for more real life and real talk with the occasional whining thrown in there. Red or white, the choice is yours. See you next episode. Cheers.